For the lower income end, we're talking about an extra $16 a week. Does that really solidify that vote?
I think that's the big question here. Is certainly self-interest is the ultimate rationalisation of anything. So I think the integrity attacks are a bit blunted at the moment because of that. One person's broken promises, another person's brave decision. If it benefits me, the big issue is, as this starts to play out now over a few weeks, it starts to become more explained. People start to tune in because people haven't really started to tune in yet. Is it enough? And look, I don't have an answer for that yet, but I think that is the big question to watch. Is it enough? Have they drawn attention to the issue and what they can do around this to create an expectation that they can do more? That's the question I think that'll be playing out over the next few weeks. Certainly in our groups, we'll be asking people about those sorts of things over the coming period.
Yeah, so have you started those groups yet, or are you a little way off?
No, we're kicking off. We're getting into the field. It's no rest for the wicked.
All right, you talk about integrity not really being one of those vote changes here, but less so integrity about, it could be about, they said they weren't going to do this, so what might else that they do that they said they wouldn't do? Does that have an effect?
That's a really interesting observation. That is the other risk here, absolutely, is what else does it make possible? And we've seen already sort of, the attacks around negative gearing, the words franking credits have started to appear again. Whether they will bite, whether they will be believable, again, water's got to go under the bridge, because people really, they're still in this, those that have engaged are still in the sense-making phase of what we're moving through here at the moment. They're getting their heads around it, they're trying to understand what it is. Once that process comes through, then they'll start to sort of make decisions about where this could lead and what else is possible. So they're the really key questions that we'll be monitoring, and particularly monitoring in the lead up to the Dunkley by-election. The Dunkley by-election is going to give us a really good read on how this has landed, because that it's almost like a custom-made policy for that.
I was just about to say that. Outer suburbs, marginal seat was held by, a popular Labor MP. She's died in tragic circumstances. Before her, it was held by a popular Liberal MP. And these tax cuts, as you say, Simon, are tailor-made for that demographic. So all of that said, Labor really needs to at least maintain that margin for these to be an early success, wouldn't you say?
They'd certainly have to hold the seat. I think if the Liberals can claw back the seat, what it does is it starts to validate their strategy, and you'll see them grow in confidence and grow some of those. I mean, you talked in the intro about some of those internal divisions and tensions that exist within the party, within all parties. If it appears that the strategy is working, that they can pick up a seat like Dunkley, what you'll start to find is you'll get greater coherence within the party around the strategy. You get greater party discipline around the messaging, because the leaders can say, hey, look, it's working.
Yeah, but even if they reduce the margin to, a couple of percentage points.
Yeah, well, there isn't a huge margin to reduce.
What is it, 6.2%? I mean, if they reduced it to 3 to an ultra marginal, it wouldn't be such a great story to tell for Labor, would it?
I think you'd take a hold. I think there's probably two stories here. That there's a public story, and both sides will be trying to contest and tell the public story of what the result means. Yeah. Internally, I think Labor would look at that and go, a by-election, sitting government, what we've been through over the last sort of 12 months with the cost of living, I think we'll take that. I think we'd take any win, and sort of see that as, okay, maybe that's our low point. We've now got this tax policy in place. Let's build on that and try and grow from there. So I think internally, as long as they hold it, I don't think the government would be panicking.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think there's as much riding on this outcome for Peter Dutton as well, and its strategy going forward. But it's pretty hard to see them standing up between now and the Dunkley by-election to say that they would vote against tax cuts for 11 million Australians. So we will see. Simon, I cannot wait to hear the feedback you get from those groups over the next couple of weeks. We'll check in soon.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Laura.